Hello. Okay. We ready to do this? Okay, the content warning has been updated and is fairly recently up there. Shout out to my friendo who is in the chat with me. I'm sorry I missed your Minecraft. RGB and I were recording a speed version of a Passerisator to time it and see if we can fit it in the hour and a half we're going to have to do it. Because, you know, we prep for these things. But I am ready for chapter 3 here. And what I mean by that is I don't think I'm ready, but here we are anyway. I don't know all that happens in chapter 3, but some of it is mildly terrifying. Alright, let's see. Hopefully you can hear the lovely game music. And let's load... Okay, where did I... Okay, Tuesday's End. That's about where we are. End of episode 2. Episode 3 awaits us. Okay, yep, I did save. Continue. Okay, good. Good. Why am I keep feeling like I spilled Chinese food on myself, but I didn't. Alright, yes, I think... let's get a recap of episode 2. Not the whole thing, because I don't need a recap of the bus. But listen, you better stay out of trouble today. I want you home by sunset, said Tabitha. I don't want to hear complaints. Just do what I ask, and we won't have any more problems. Tabitha took a few steps towards the door. Sunset! We told Avery stuff, and he said, oh, that's some heavy stuff. No wonder Stella seemed distant. I'm going to keep my ears open for you. The diner is where everyone comes to gossip, so I hear a lot about what goes on around here. I'll let you know if anyone mentions those monsters or anything else strange or unusual. We go to the library, and Oscar is like, have you seen Rosalina around town? I don't want to be a helicopter dad, but she hasn't been answering my texts, and I wanted to make sure she isn't getting into trouble. We went and tried to get Reese to come hang out with us. And his mom, Dr. Kelly, was not having any of it. Whatever you two have planned is probably beyond what he can manage right now anyway. Then we ran into Wayne, who is like, stay home. Wait for the week to end. Don't keep putting yourself in a path of danger. This is all I ask. And was creepy about it. And we talked to all the miners and found out that Wayne and Tabitha used to be dating. And we saw Rosalina. And she went in a hole in the fence and went into the abandoned mine because teenagers are not often the brightest, what with the whole not fully developed prefrontal cortex. I guess old Maxwell's place doesn't cut it as a secret hangout spot these days. But the Shaw Mine, that place was shut down like 100 years ago. After a collapse that killed over 100 people. That we got a vision about. We called Tabitha because it was important. And told her that the kids had snuck out into the mines. She made it all about her. And said she'll head over. We, of course, found the teens, and Becca's dad is a foreman, and apparently told her it was totally safe to go into the abandoned mine, which, let me tell you, probably not actually safe. Tabitha came and said, I am going to demote him and maybe fire him, because that's stupid. And then we argued with kids, because we are real adults. And Rosalina told us that her house is haunted, which made Stella very excited. And said we're gonna go ghost busting later. But meanwhile, we heard knocking. And some of the teens vanished. And then we decided we need to go follow them because it's dangerous in an abandoned mine. So we used our phone to eliminate a sigil, and we saw a vision, ghostly miners, and more importantly, what we're not being shown here, a conversation between Charles Shaw and one of the Scarlets, where basically Shaw is like, "You told us we won't use this wood. It's contaminated." And instead, then we know that they did use it. Hello! We're doing a recap. So they used the contaminated worm-eaten wood, and things collapsed. And then Rosalina came out and said, the idiots are still back there, but I'm here, I don't want to die. Please save them. And we went to save them, and we ran out, and just as we ran out, Rosalina's foot got crushed by the mine parts. No one died. We drove home. Tabitha told us at length about how some people just shouldn't have children, especially when there's others who just can't, and that seemed to and it seemed to imply that she was trying to have kids and couldn't, but like they didn't go into it. And then we collapsed into bed and fell asleep, basically thinking about Rosalina being all in pain. She got taken somewhere in an ambulance. And let's wake up in the morning on Wednesday. Sunshine filters in through the dusty window of the estate as the dull aches of last night's activities throb in and out of focus. Let's just do a thing. Let's just do this, just in case. You managed to survive a second night in the town of Scarlet Hollow. Okay, so I think it's Wednesday morning. As you pull yourself out of bed, you can feel the soot and grime of the Shaw mine still stuck to your skin. Let's see how many bugs we find in the shower. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. It's gross. The water is hot and surprisingly enough clean. Okay, the bathtub is gross. The water is clean. As steam fills your lungs and soot washes down the drain, you... Okay, let's see. What do we got? Thoughts of Doom. That's my mystical. Rosalina's shattered leg. I can think about Duke. I can try to scrape memories from my skin. Think about Sybil's warning. Think about Wayne and wonder how many times he's watched me unseen. Think about somebody special. Think of finally being out of this hellhole. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna think about someone special, because you know what? Like, screw everything else. You think about someone special. Specifically, you think about... So here are my choices. Stella, my intrepid cryptid hunting companion and everything the two of us have been through since I got to town. Kanika, the resident goth and one of the most level-headed and fashionable people in town. Avery and their calming presence standing in contrast with the coming storm. Oscar, the shy and handsome town librarian stuck in a haunted house. Reese, Stella's mysterious and reclusive friend who I've not yet met. And Wayne, and wondered how many times he's watched me unseen. Okay, so I read that there were 5 romance options, and then by the end of chapter 2 coming out last fall, the audience were clamoring to have Wayne as a romance option. Now, let me tell you how much I think that's what the actual fuck, right? Like why is Wayne a romanceable option? How is that a thing? How is that a thing? Anyway, I am going to think about Kanika, because Kanika is life. You think about Kanika, the resident goth, and one of the most level-headed and fashionable people in town. Okay, I'm done here. Achievement unlocked! Wash away your sins! Turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Time to start your day. Okay. Well, let's check on the opossum. There are 2 of them now. You wave down at the opossums. They look up at you. Can I pet them? Against your better judgment, you reach out to the opossums, hand outstretched. Oh well. They play dead. It was worth a shot. Maybe now they'll leave your dresser and return to nature where they belong. No, they won't. Let's look out the window. You hold your breath and approach the bedroom window. After finding that boot print and viscera in the garden yesterday, you can't help but anticipate something staring back at you. It's the same view. Turn back to the guest room. Let's check the closet. Every time you see that doll, your heart skips a beat. It hasn't moved, right? It has not moved. That's enough of this closet. You turn back to the guest room. Well, let's message our group chat. You pull out your phone and open up your group chat with Stella and Kanika. I think I'm going to send a photo of a pained old man. It'll probably be before you get a response. Text Stella. How are you holding up? I'm going to also text Kanika and ask her how she's holding up. And it'll probably be a bit before I hear back from her as well. So let's head downstairs. You've done everything you've wanted to up here. It's time to start your day. Achievement unlocked. Playing the field. You enter the kitchen to find your cousin in the midst of devouring a pint of banana chocolate chunk. She isn't alone. Frou-Frou glares at you from her usual spot on the counter as a red-headed woman busies herself trying to tidy as best she can. Booksmart. You have to imagine that the fresh face in the kitchen is Janie. Tabitha did mention that she comes in on Wednesdays to clean. Apparently I need to be booksmart in order to realize that. Tabitha's gaze swivels from the woman to you, her glare intensifying. Let's... Any updates on Rosalina? Yeah, they had to take her foot. Her dad's lucky she's alive. Tabitha takes one last spoonful of ice cream, then discards the empty container, turning to you with her trademark scowl. Let's get going. I've got an errand to run in town, and every time I've left you here alone, something terrible wound up happening, so you're coming with me. Let's get going. I've got an errand... Okay, wait. No, I just read that. You're welcome. Alright, I think... Let's do that. Hold on, you can't just tell me that Rosalina lost a foot and move on from that like nothing happened. Just because something terrible happened to someone, it doesn't mean that life doesn't go on. Life has to go on, and let me assure you that what happened to that poor girl weighs heavily on my mind. Now, shall we go, or would you rather keep bombarding me with guilt for something I personally begged you not to do? Sure, I'll meet you outside. Given your track record, if I let you out of my sight, you'd probably just disappear into the wilderness only to return in the middle of the night after burning down City Hall. If I'm lucky, you'll give me a call at some point between dousing the building in kerosene and lighting the match. Janie, lock up when you leave, please, and don't go rearranging anything. I'll know. As you're ready to leave, Janie approaches from the far side of the kitchen. Tabitha remains between the two of you, impatiently tapping her foot. Oh, Anna, before you go, I heard about what happened last night. I heard about it before Miss Tabitha mentioned it just now, and then I heard it again. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry you got caught up in that. I'll be praying for Oscar and poor little Rosalina. They're such sweethearts. Couldn't have happened to nicer people. Let's see. Let's be mystical about it. Last night was an unavoidable tragedy, but I'm afraid there's more to come. Oh dear, that sounds just dreadful. Have you considered stopping by the church at some point this week? My husband's the pastor, and he's been going absolutely stir-crazy since we've moved here, what with nobody really attending sermons. It'd probably do him a lot of good to talk you through your worries. Let's go with maybe. We'll see. Oh, take your time, of course. You're here all week after all. Just know that you can stop by the church any time. The door's always open. Okay, well, I can't tell her Tabitha's mean to her while Tabitha's standing right there. How about this? Have you seen any weird creatures around town? You know, now that you mention it, I've been hearing some folks talk about weird creatures, but I haven't seen anything myself, no. Unless you count whatever massive rats have taken up residence in the church. My little Tulip keeps pretending they're her little fairy friends or something, taking nibbles out of our trash. But my husband's put out some traps, so hopefully that'll be dealt with soon enough. Yeah, I'm gonna stop the two of you right there. Anna, I'm busy and not in the mood to stand around waiting while you play Nancy Drew with my cleaning lady right in front of me. We're leaving. Bye, Janie. Alrighty then. Be safe out there, you two. Tabitha practically drags you from the estate, one hand clasped firmly around your arm. She continues to drag you all the way to her car and from there into town. The ride to town is uneventful, your cousin unsurprisingly more focused on the road than on making conversation. All right, we're just popping into the general store for a few minutes. What are we doing at the general store? Picking up tea from Sybil. Oh, neat. What kind of tea? I don't know. The kind Sybil makes. She makes a bunch of weird stuff. I don't know what all of it is called. Quit interrogating me about tea blends. Jeez. After everything that's happened the past 2 days, it's nice to just go on an errand. Exactly. You and Tabitha turn as the door to the general store bursts open. A flustered Kanika exits, shouting behind her. Fine, okay. Keep coddling him. Keep letting him get away with stuff you never would have let me so much as think about. I am sick of carrying this family. Kanika storms off, the door slowly drifting shut behind her. Ugh, other people and their drama. If more people kept things to themselves, they'd be a lot happier. Let's see. That's a very Hemingway of you. It worked out great for all his characters, too. And for him. I don't know. Did your parents let you get away with everything that they did not let your sister get away with? Was that a thing? My brother thinks that my parents let me get away with everything. But not him. And I've had to explain to him that, unlike him, I did not get caught. Ever. So, it's not that they let me get away with it, it's that they didn't know I was doing any of it. And by the time he came around, 13 and a half years later, he was not good at not getting caught. He got caught all the damn time. So, yep. Anyway, we're gonna talk about Hemingway here. Ah, wait, Pengu, you were the golden child who did no wrong? I struggle to believe that, having met you, but, you know. All right. Books are for children. I read expense reports now. Wow, Tabitha, really? We're burning daylight. Come on already. I mean, okay, I see. The bells of the general store chime as you cross the threshold. The smells of old wood and steamy herbal tea flood your senses, making you feel insanely at home. Instantly at home. Wow. Good morning, you two. Hope you're doing well after last night's activities. Morning. Is the new blend ready? Oh, of course. Anna, if you'd like to keep Miles company, Tabitha and I will just be a minute. Okay. Is Kanika okay? Of course, she just needs time to cool down. Emotions are a little high considering everything that happened yesterday. That is a parent's dream. She'll settle down soon enough. I'm just glad both of my little ones made it out okay. Sybil motions for Tabitha to follow, and they both disappear into the tea room, closing the door behind them with a tinkling of bells. Try and listen in. You walk up to the door of the tea room to listen in. Miles. Subtle. Longer than you'd hoped, but... Sybil pauses a moment later. You hear footsteps move to the far end of the tea room. If she and Tabitha resume their discussion, their voices are too soft for you to hear. It isn't long before the tinkling of bells interrupts your attempting listen session to announce another patron. Oh, excuse me. Wait, you are Anna, aren't you? My name is Beau. I'm Duke's boy. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh no. The policeman told me you saw what happened to my daddy. Have they found his body yet? They ain't said anything to me if they have. The policeman stopped by yesterday, but he didn't seem too bothered about it, and I ain't heard nothing from him since. Mama's pretty broken up about it. I'm trying to hold it together since I'm the man of the house now. But it ain't easy. Me and him was supposed to bring Big Betty to the state fair this week, but now he's gone, and as of this morning, so's she. So I suppose if I'm not going to the fair, I may as well make myself useful and get out of the woods to look for what's left of my daddy. You was there, right? Could you tell me where to look so I can try and find him? Okay, let's... Is Big Betty one of your chickens? Nah, she ain't a chicken. Big Betty's our prized pumpkin. Ah, farm life. She was a big lady, too. I expect she was at least 2,000 pounds. Not too easy to move something like that. Could be she rolled off down a hill, but I can't be looking for her just yet with what everything else going on. It's dangerous up there. I wouldn't go poking around. I ain't a stranger to what these hills have to offer. Daddy always said I wouldn't have nothing to fear so long as I learned how to use my fists, so he taught me how to do all that. Those woods might still get scary sometimes, but I reckon there's no better way to show my daddy I've learned those lessons than to go out there and find him. Have you seen anything strange on the farm these past couple of days? Not really, no, but I've been awful busy what with everything that's still been happening. Them chickens keep disappearing, though. Your dad was killed by ditchlings. They're monsters that show up when something bad is going to happen, and they're the things that have been stealing your chickens. I ain't never heard of a ditchling before, but whatever they are, that won't stop me from trying to find them. He died on the northeast edge of town, off the Asgina Trail. Thank you. I appreciate you trying to help us out. I don't rest easy knowing he's out there somewhere, all by his lonesome. And please, tell Miss Scarlet I'm sorry about her mama. Tabitha and Sybil are still in the tea room. Your phone buzzes. Stella. Oh my god, hey, I overslept. Still gotta make myself breakfast. Meet at library after and figure out plan? And then it buzzes again. Hey again, LOL. If you want to come over for breakfast, would not hate it. And then it buzzes yet again. Somebody was busy this morning. Sliding into the DMs, are we? If you want to hang out before the library thing, I'm parked in the abandoned lot by the gas station. It's hard to miss. You have plenty of time before dinner at Reese's house. I'm gonna wait for Tabitha, actually. Your cousin will probably be back any second. It's best to just stay put. You and Miles share an uncomfortably long moment of silence as Beau continues to shop. So, did you hear about how Rosalina's doing? No. Oscar apparently posted to Facebook about it. You seem ancient enough to have a Facebook account. Why don't you check it yourself? I'm not your little newsboy. I'm just trying to ask you about your friend. She's Alexis's friend. I don't know her. We just go to school together, that's it. Miles returns to his phone. How are your dailies going? Miles doesn't dignify your question with an answer. Tabitha bursts out of the tea room, tucking a pouch of herbs into her coat as she walks. She looks up at you in surprise. Wow, you actually stayed. I can't have expected you to go running off the instant I left you alone. Family is important. I'm not just going to ditch you. That's a nice sentiment. We'll see if you can actually put it to practice by not doing anything weird or dangerous for the rest of the week. I've got a couple hours to spare. I'll pick us up some sodas. We can get out of here. I don't like lingering where just anyone could walk up and start talking to me. Tabitha leaves the store, motioning for you to follow. Ooh, she's picking up sodas. We're going to hang out. Tabitha stops in front of a small house on the quiet hill just off Main Street. The Scarlets own most of the houses out here. We rent them out to employees. Just more convenient, you know? Wow. Yeah, that was me too, right? Like, I wasn't smoking, I wasn't drinking anything. I don't think I even encountered weed or knew it existed in my high school. I'm sure it did, but I wasn't cool enough to get any. And, like, the only alcohol I consumed involved, like, ritual religious observances and my parents. So, well, now, like, my parents would drink with their friends, right? If people came over, and I would inevitably be like, what's that? Can I taste it? And then I would, go, oh my god, this is gross. Why are you drinking it? So, that was my childhood. All right, let's see. And here I thought company towns died out a century ago. It's just easier this way. Now, come on, let's make ourselves scarce before we're spotted. Your cousin pulls out a heavy set of keys from her pocket. She picks out the one marked with a white strip of green tape and unlocks the door. Come on in. Don't worry, it's empty. You follow your cousin into the model home. We haven't rented this one out for years. I come here to get away from it all. Does that make sense? I would also complain about my dad doing that, except he would drink a glass of wine, not a beer. Because like, as you may have encountered in conversation with me, like, I'm fine with consuming beverages like that, and I'm fine with other people consuming beverages like that, but I am, I put at least 4 hours between alcohol and operating motor vehicles, regardless of dinner, and would give my dad, an inappropriate amount of crap for having alcohol with dinner. Which, like, is totally NBD, but I was very anti that. It's kind of like a vacation home, but I don't have to travel. Anyway, make yourself comfortable and have a soda. Tabitha hands you a cream soda before settling in on the couch. Though this home gives the appearance of being lived in with its furniture and lack of dust, it feels nearly as empty and barren as the estate. There's no soul in this house, only the dream of one. Let's explore. What was Pearl Ann like? Tabitha, ... Okay, I guess you should know at least some things about the woman whose funeral you'll be attending. She was my mother. She was your mom's twin sister. Fraternal, they didn't look alike. Same with their personalities, night and day from what I've heard. Pearl Ann was a hard ass, but that comes with the territory. I mean, what else do you want to know? How did she die? Sleep apnea. Did you two get along? What do you think? So I'm gonna take that as a no. What was your dad like? Don't know. He just up and left one day. Didn't want anything to do with us anymore, I guess. They never got divorced, just separated. He probably couldn't be bothered to fill out any paperwork, especially considering he would lose any and all claim to the Scarlet fortune if they divorced. And he'd have to pay child support for a kid he couldn't be bothered to call on her birthday. Doesn't no one in this town have two parents? Janie's kid does, for now. But this town will take its toll on her eventually. What do you think of Silas and those other old-timers? What is there to think about? For better or for worse, they're the reason I'm here getting interrogated by you. I can't believe we're actually hanging out. Isn't that why you came all the way down here from Middleton? What kind of things did Pearl Ann tell you about me and my mom? The sort of things you'd probably expect. A lot of it wasn't necessarily wrong, either. What do you really think of me? Do you really want to know? I don't mince words. Sure. Hit me with it. If that's what you want, you push my buttons. It's like you exist to antagonize me. I don't even know why I took you here. I'm really glad I came up here. Yeah, it's good to have you here. That is a terrible smile. I'm supposed to have dinner at Reese's place. Do you know him? Reese? Oh, yeah, the dude that used to hang out with Kanika and Stella. I kind of remember him. Quiet, gave off a weird vibe. Stopped coming to school at one point. I guess he got sick or something? I know his mom better than I know him. She's been everybody's doctor for as long as I can remember. She's intimidating. I've always liked her. Yeah, I think you're right. I think she's just bad at smiling. Guess that's not hereditary, though. Reese always seems like a bit of a wet blanket to me. I know I've already asked, but can you tell me what the deal is with you and Stella now that we're hanging out? Oh, not this again. But fine. We were close in high school. Really, really close. We'd have sleepovers a few nights a week, spend all night watching monster movies and eating chips and... Anyway, Pearland didn't like her. I'd always had to lie and say I was going over to her place to study. When we graduated, it was impossible to see her anymore. There were no more excuses to go study, and I was too busy learning the ropes at the mine. Pearland made sure every waking minute was occupied. I didn't have time for friends. But I never needed friends before meeting Stella, so it was easy enough to slip back into that mindset and try to move on. Oh, yeah. Let's actually say it, as opposed to implying it. This sounds like an old novel about two very good female friends. I can see your biography now. Tabitha Scarlet and Stella Richmond never found men to marry, so they lived out the rest of their lives together as gal pals. Exactly. Gal pals. Except I would never have a roommate. And that ship has sailed anyway. You had some harsh things to say about Oscar last night. Do you really believe what you said? A smile looks more like a grimace. It does, yes. Also, gal pals. I do. Some people shouldn't have kids. Do you want me to try and get you in with Kanika? Please, if she's anything like me, that would only make her hate me more. I have dignity, Anna. What do you think of Avery? Who? Avery works at the diner. Wears plant shirts. I have no idea who you're talking about. What's going on with Wayne? He's been following me. I think there's something wrong with him. Wayne? As in Sam Wayne? I don't know who you think is following you, but it can't be him. Sam Wayne wasn't a creep. I'd rather not talk about it. At some point this week, you're going to have to stop brushing off everything that's happening around town. Do you think I'm brushing things off? I'm dealing with a mine collapse right now. I'm burying my mother in 4 days. My work is what keeps this town running. Just because I'm focused on what's in front of me doesn't mean I don't care. Do you know Sybil well? Everyone in town knows her. Why did you hire Janie? Pearland hired Janie. She was my babysitter before she started cleaning the estate. Police are really on my ass. I wouldn't really worry about them. Our family is the law around these parts. So you should do your best to stay on my good side. Are you coming ghost hunting with us tonight? Is that actually happening? Stella will be there. But so will Kanika. I doubt she'd be thrilled to see me again, but there's no point arguing with you. If you're gonna go get up to any paranormal stuff, I'd better be there to save your skin if it gets hairy. Count me in. Can we try some of that tea you picked up? It smells nice. Nope, it's a sleepy time tea. You don't want to drink it in the middle of the day. Do you actually like running the mines? It's a job, an important job. I've had years of Pearland drilling that into my head. I'm sorry you never got the chance to live your own life. I mean, do you truly live your own life? Or do you live a life chained by obligations to other people who in turn live their lives, which are bound to yet another set of chains? On and on it goes. Nobody is free. Hmm. Do you ever get to travel? I saw your blowing rock mug. My what? Oh, that must be one of Janie's. She was always saying we didn't have enough cups. There are 3 cups, that's plenty. One for me, one for Pearl Ann, and one for the occasional guest. But Janie said her husband has a ton of dumb little souvenir mugs from his travels. Not that I asked, she just tells me stuff about her family. Anyway, she said they have mugs to spare, and as if I needed her charity. I guess she must have snuck a few in under my nose. I'll have to remember to toss it when I get back. Anyway, to answer your question, no, I don't travel. Too much to do. Sure, I'd like to see the Outer Banks one day, but I'm the head of the company. It's not like anyone can cover for me. You live in a massive mansion, but only have 3 cups? Why does everyone get hung up on that? It's not like the Scarlets don't own more dishware, but I'm not going to use the fine china to drink Pepsi. And we technically have 4 glasses, but one of them is used for the silverware. So there, we have more than 3. Of all the places you could go, the Outer Banks? Yeah. Do you have a problem with that? I'd like to see the beach. Do you like living here? Like I said, it's the only thing I know. You don't need to have lived somewhere else to know if you like it here. You do, actually. Everything in life requires context to properly understand. And I don't have context here. You don't need context to know if you like living somewhere. Are you happy? Yeah, I'm happy. Why wouldn't I be? Why do you come here? Like I said, I like getting away from it all. People know they can find me at the estate, but they don't know about this place. It's nice to escape from being known, at least for a little while. Thanks for taking me out here. Your phone buzzes before Tabitha has a chance to respond. Almost forgot, it's Mayor Jimmy Day. Good excuse to head over to the library. We should check in with Oscar. Meet y'all there in half an hour. I totally blanked on that. Been having a weird, foggy morning. Wild that they still doing the Mayor Jimmy thing after last night. Do you think news has spread yet? But yeah, we should go see Oscar. See y'all soon. Somebody's popular. I guess it's time to see the dog mayor. Oh, is it Mayor Jimmy Day? Ugh, what a ridiculous event. At least you know the mayor's a dog. Tabitha takes another sip of her soda, smirking. Everyone knows it's our family that holds the power in this town. Still, sounds like it could be fun. Kind of fun. Even I can admit it's funny watching everyone fawning over the little guy in his mayor getup. And if Stella's gonna be there, yeah, count me in. We can finish our sodas and head over. How do I look? It's been a while since I've been out in public like this. Oh God. Excuse me, Miss Scarlet. Can I help you? Becca stares at you from a distance as the furious woman tears into Tabitha. This must be her mother. What the hell do you think you're doing down here grinning like a buffoon after everything that happened last night? A mind collapse almost killed my poor, sweet, innocent child, and you thought it was a good idea to retaliate by demoting my husband? We've gotten used to a new lifestyle. Oh my goodness. You can't just take that away from us for something that was your fault. I heard that one girl has to have her foot amputated. That could have been my child. Don't think I won't press charges. Ugh. Mom, please, you're embarrassing me. Right? Hello, Becca's mom. Is your name Karen? Clearly it is, and if it isn't, you need to change it so we'll get a warning. Shut up, Becca. Mommy's advocating for you. Oh my god. Oh my god. These words, they are on my screen. They're on my screen. How is this a thing? How is this a thing? Why is this a thing? Yeah. Okay. Your husband told your daughter it was safe to go into that mine. Of course he was demoted. Becca. I am right here. Even if he did, it wouldn't have mattered if the entrance to that mine was actually secured. That'll be hell to pay, Tabitha Scarlet. What legal grounds do you think you even have? There are signs, the place was boarded up, I did my legal duty, and you don't have a leg to stand on, so don't try to threaten me. Mom, can we just go, please? If I were you, I'd listen to your brat. You haven't heard the last from us. You'll see. The woman storms off just as quickly as she stormed in, Becca following at a distance. God damn it, she's right. I can't just hang out around town the day after something like that. It doesn't look right. I should be up there, even if it's just to oversee what's going on. If I'm supposed to run this place, I gotta get my head in the game. I can't slip up like this again. Tabitha sighs, straightening up. Her scowl returns. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you at the library tonight. Your cousin turns and head back to her car, leaving you alone on Main Street. Well, let's go meet the dog mayor. You enter the library alone. It's busier than usual, and a small crowd has formed in a corner of the main foyer. Yeah, her life really sucks. Like, this is the thing. I feel so bad for Tabitha. Also, I continue to love this painting of the dude being run out of town on a rail. Stella. Hey, Anna. Thank God we have something to do this morning. My family's been driving me nuts. Yes, the whole gang's here. I've been waiting to introduce Anna to the mayor for like the entire time I've known her. It'll be worth it. Trust us. All right, shall we? I wish I had speak to animals. Yep, he's a dog. You can tell this dog is the mayor from his little sash and his fancy top hat. There's a regal air about him, almost as if he knows the position of authority he's been elected to. And unless you're mistaken, the serious man by his side is Deputy Franklin, one of the policemen you spoke to following your encounter in the woods on Monday. Oh, sorry, you had to zoom in. All right, yeah, and it's Deputy Federal Agent here. Also, I love that Stella is wearing a Ghostbuster outfit. He holds out his paw as if to shake your hand. Wow. Hey, aren't you Deputy Franklin? Not when I'm off duty. Still haven't found Duke's body. What are you even doing here? Like I said, I'm off duty. And I don't make a habit of discussing official police business with out-of-towners. And especially not with suspicious out-of-towners. Oh good, he does have eyeballs. I was actually wondering. It's lovely to meet you, Mr. Mayor. You reach forward to take the mayor's little paw in your hand, but his burly security detail stops you. No paw shaking. Only head pats and ear scritches allowed. I thought you'd already pieced things together. It's the best part of living in Scarlet Hollow, besides the nature. And all my friends and Winnie's biscuits. Oh, and the close-knit small-town community, of course. But having a dog mayor is a close fifth, no contest. Gretchen squirms in Stella's arms, straining to get at Mayor Jimmy. Hey, whoa, Gretchen. Calm down, old girl. You're gonna pull a muscle. Miss Richmond, I'm going to have to ask you and your dog to step away from the mayor. I should have known better. These two have never been able to get along. Stella walks off, struggling to hold Gretchen back. Kanika is quick to follow. Yeah, let's get out of there. Looks like everyone else is already talking to Oscar in the next room. Before you can catch up to your companions, you're intercepted by a nervous man with a cross around his neck. It's hard to put a finger on it, but something compels you to dislike this man. Sounds like old Gretchen and the mayor may have some unresolved issues, wouldn't you say? I'm Pastor Daniel. I take it, Your Honor, everyone's been buzzing about you. I'm so sorry about your aunt, but I'm sure she's in a better place now. Janie mentioned you this morning. That woman is the light of my life. I'm so glad she's there to help your cousin through this rough patch. What else we know here? Berlin's in hell. She was awful. Do you know anything about ghosts? I was hoping to find a priest. I don't believe in the afterlife. Hey, do you know anything about ghosts? Ghosts? I've never encountered one myself, but I've heard stories of folks who have been visited by their loved ones from beyond the grave, and it seems like it provides them with a sort of spiritual healing. Like their beloved relatives are watching over them even in death. Is this about Pearl Ann, or perhaps your mother? Have you been visited by her? Ew, no. I mean real ghost stuff. Scary stuff. I prefer to think ghosts are our loved ones reaching out to us from heaven to let us know we don't need to worry about them, and that we'll be reunited one day. Sure, that can sometimes frighten people, but holy visitations often do. We must remember to be not afraid of that we don't understand. You mentioned Pearl Ann being in a better place earlier. I doubt it's a better place. It sounds like she was awful. Oh, I'm sure she wasn't that bad. Most people are good deep down inside. It's best not to speak ill of the dead. I should go. It was nice meeting you, though. Of course. And if you find yourself in need of counseling or spiritual guidance, you know where to find me. That sounds lovely, thank you. Really? Oh, that's great. Sorry, I just don't usually get positive responses when I ask folks if they want to come up to the church. Any time that works for you, just swing by. I'm sure I'll be around. It was lovely to meet you, and you have a blessed day. The pastor leaves you be and joins the line to see the mayor. Nothing to do now but catch up with your companions. Okay, that dude is a little creepy. Oh my god. Poor Rosalina. I can't even imagine how scary this has been for her. She seems in high spirits right now, but they've got her on some pretty strong pain medication, so I'm not sure how she's gonna feel when that wears off. And it was the whole foot? Yeah, it's bad. But she's alive. We'll both be able to move on from this. We just have to get through the tough parts first. Tabitha told me what happened this morning, but I didn't realize it was so bad. Yeah, there was nothing left to save, they said. Sorry, I can't think about it right now. Oscar, I'm sorry to cut our conversation short, but I'd better get going. I was only supposed to come back to pick up a few things, but then the hospital called and said they'd be There'd been some big bus accident on the highway and they need the beds, so I have to come pick her up. Even though our house is still haunted, and the only place she can lie down until then is the dirty back room that drove her away in the first place and made her Jimmy days happening. Sorry. I'm just a little overwhelmed. It's okay, Oscar. We're here to help. Yeah, we're gonna get that ghost. We could always go ahead and do a ghost bust or whatever we're calling it while you're out, and she'd be able to go right back to her old room as soon as she got back. That's probably a good idea, right? If only, but it doesn't come out during the day. So any busting attempts are going to have to wait until nightfall. I'm still not even sure we can get rid of it at all. I think I'd have to see for myself that it was gone. It managed to trick me a couple times, and I can't handle any more surprises right now. I've got every ghost hunting device known to man. You're in good hands, Oscar. We have the power of friendship on our side. Heck yeah, we do. If anime has taught me anything, it's that the power of friendship is unstoppable. That's a lovely sentiment. I'm sure Rosalina will at least be glad to know you all did your best to help her. I'm heading out. It should be dark by the time we get back, so I suppose I'll see you all then. Oscar hurries off, car keys jingling as he jogs out the door. Let's head up to Reese's. Maybe we can get him to come ghost hunting with us. Oh no, you're not going to try to get Dr. Kelly to let him leave the house, are you? She'll kick us out for even asking. I wonder if he even knows what happened last night. I don't know how disconnected he is from the news around town. Geez, should we tell him? Gosh, I don't know. Maybe we just play it by ear. Anyway, shall we go? Time to go. Okay, okay. So, I finally met Pastor Daniel. It was only a matter of time until he tried to pull you aside about grief counseling. When my dad died, I had to ban him from the general store for a week. He wouldn't stop leaving these little pamphlets at the checkout. I don't know where he finds so many. Y'all are right, his vibes were bad. Glad you feel the same way. There's just something about the way he's always smiling. It's so creepy. The man was grinning through all of my dad's funeral. I'll never forget that. And I don't mean that in a stigmatizing mental illness kind of way. There's just this little siren that goes off every time I see him that tells me to get away from him. That's exactly how I would describe it too. The whole town feels the same way. Now that I think about it, he must be pretty lonely. He can look for friends somewhere else. I wonder if the pastor's cursed. I felt something odd when he came up to me, and the way everyone dislikes him seems excessive. Unnaturally excessive. I know this is weird coming from me, but not everything in town has to be spooky for supernatural reasons. Sometimes people just give off bad vibes. Agreed. We're allowed to dislike him even though he hasn't done anything wrong. That we know of. Should we invite Avery ghost hunting? Oh, yeah, totally. I don't know why I hadn't thought of that. I'm sure they'd get a hoot out of it. Yeah, I can't say I mind having a calming presence with us tonight. We won't be much help to Oscar if we start jumping at our own shadows. Cool. I'll text them on the way over to Reese's. Oh, before I forget, I invited Tabitha to come ghost hunting. You invited her, even after last night? I mean, if anything, I thought she was actually pretty helpful. Good call, Anna. I can't wait to hang out with her more. Kanika sighs. All right, it happened. Let's not get into it. If we're lucky, she'll be too busy at the mines to even show. Oh, don't say that, Neeks. If we're lucky, she will show, and the two of you will finally get along. All right, shall we head out? The three of you leave the library for an early dinner at Reese's. I cannot wait to talk to his creepy mom. You once again find yourself in front of the Kelly residence. A cold hesitation grips you as the building's history looms over you from the hilltop. A refurbished Civil War hospital and TB clinic would be a strange and difficult place to live in during the best of times. You can only imagine the challenges of living there with a severe chronic illness. Though it's only early afternoon and feels much later, the sun already sinking behind the tall mountains that surround Scarlet Hollow. We're a little early. What if Dr. Kelly yells at us? There's no such thing as early when you're hanging out with friends. That's just extra time you get to spend together. Okay, but what if she yells at us? It's too late. The door swings open. Hey! Reese! Oh my god, dude, it's been ages. You must be Anna, right? I've heard a lot about you. Stella's been relentless about making sure I got all the Anna updates. Gretchen starts yelping at Reese, straining against Stella's grip as she tries to get between them. Are they here already? I knew you'd show up early, Stella, and you brought the dog. Great. Yeah, I thought she might cheer Reese up. I don't know what's gotten into her all of a sudden. The dog stays outside. But it's okay, Stella. We can let her chill in my van for a bit. I'll run the AC and leave her some treats. You know I've always have some of those easy chew dog jerky stashed away. But we go everywhere together. Do you want to come in or not? Kanika nervously tugs Stella away towards the van. Well, what about you, Anna? Are you coming in? Oh, sure. You follow Reese and Dr. Kelly inside. Stella and Kanika aren't far behind you. The house feels cold. Not only is there an odd chill in the air, but the building itself feels too sterile, uncomfortably tidy to the point where you're nervous to touch anything. If it weren't for the aroma of store-bought dinner rolls baking in the oven and the unsettling artwork hanging on the walls... Ooh, look at that. Like, that's a skull. You'd be half convinced you'd wandered into a real estate showing. So, how can I lend a hand? By sitting down at the table and not puttering around in my kitchen. I made sure everything was done well in advance, so the only things left are the dinner rolls, which shouldn't be long. Then we can have a quick dinner and you can leave my house and go on about your business. But I was kind of hoping to see Reese's new art. We still have time now, right? You aren't seriously considering subjecting your friends to your disaster of a room, are you? It's not that bad. You can still see the floor. Dr. Kelly raises a single questioning eyebrow. I don't mind a little mess. Yeah, I doubt it could be any worse than the way I keep my room. Yes, okay, fine. As long as you stay out of the kitchen, I don't care what you get up to. Cool. We'll just be downstairs. You won't even know we're here. You make your way towards the basement stairs. Well, we know that Reese has seen the ditchlings. I think that's what he's drawing here, right? Holy cow. Like, look at that. That is definitely a freaking ditchling. Wow. He's like examining his room. He draws a lot of creepy shit. Lot of creepy shit. Wow. The basement is what you might expect out of a tortured artist who spends all his time confined to his studio. Discarded canvas lines its edges while trash and sketches leak out from their piles in the corners of the room, hiding the bare cement floor. Ghoulish faces coat the walls in paint, sneering out at their creator. I hear the telltale sign of the hydrate being redeemed. Your mom is so scary. She can be a little intense, kind of overprotective, which I guess makes sense. Anyway, make yourselves comfortable. You'll have to forgive the mess. I've been distracted lately, haven't been cleaning much. That's a lot of various explory things, so let's try to talk to him about it. Alright, so let's see. So, has Stella told you about everything that's happened the past couple of days? Oh, she's told me all about what you guys have found out there. I wish I could see some of it myself, but, you know. He gestures in futility towards the walls of the basement. Are you sure you can't just sneak out one of these nights? The doc isn't keeping me prisoner here, Stella. I'm sick. You know that. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to. There's nothing to apologize for. And I appreciate the effort. Really, I do. There's just nothing you can really rescue me from. That die's already been cast. But we were talking about the past couple of days, weren't we? Do you have any thoughts on the ditchlings we've seen? Yeah, they've been coming up to my window at night. Wait, really? Is that why you texted me that they looked like something out of your nightmares? Yeah, I thought I was hallucinating. I hadn't put it together that we might have been seeing the same things until just now. I've been sketching them, actually. Tell me what you think. He pulls out a sketchbook from one of the piles in his room. Okay, that's exactly what I saw on my way home last night. What does it mean that they've been lurking around here, though? I don't know, but I like the company. They're kind of beautiful in a sad way, if you ask me. Agree to disagree with you there. These things are gonna be stuck in my nightmares until the day I die. Really wish I had any mystical stuff. What do you think's going on with Wayne? Who? You know, the guy who's been following Anna around, being all ominous? Oh yeah, that slasher creep. I appreciate the classic Jason vibe he has going on. Here's hoping he doesn't live up to the look, for all our sakes. Do you think the town is doomed? I think everything is probably doomed at some point, but I guess that's answering a different question. Do I think the town of Scarlet Hollow is on the brink of collapse? Probably not, but it's not like I have a lot of perspective on what it's like out there. There could be rioting on Main Street, and if Stella or the doc didn't tell me, I just wouldn't know. I would totally tell you if there was a riot. Would Dr. Kelly tell you, though? I mean, yeah, I'd hope so, but the point I'm trying to make is that other people are my eyes out there. What do you think of my cousin? She was always so distant and mean. I probably would have thought she had it out for me personally if she wasn't like that towards everyone. Or if I thought she even knew my name. But people change. Maybe she's nicer now. She's still terrible. You guys just never took the chance to get to know her. She's actually really funny and sweet. I'll pass, thanks. Your whole situation's gotta be rough. Sorry. Thanks. But I've been dealing with this thing for a while, so you don't have to feel sorry for me. I've come to terms with the way the rest of my life is going to be. Huh, you're so macabre, Reese. You make it sound like you've been sentenced to death. You haven't, right? Not exactly. No one really knows what's wrong with me, but it's been getting worse. I can barely keep most food down. My skin always itches like there are worms crawling underneath it. I could live for a long time or a short time. No one's sure. But I'm definitely not going to get better. Whatever time I have left is going to be miserable. So I've done my mourning. My best years are behind me. My future is unknowable. But one day I'll wind up in a pine box just like everyone else, and I'm okay with that. Dang, Reese. I may be a goth, but that's some real nihilistic shit. We'll make sure to come by more often from here on out. Friendship heals all wounds, right? Thanks, guys, but you really shouldn't worry about me. I have my art. I'm doing fine, really. what's your diagnosis, if you don't mind me asking? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking he's like fucking cursed. Also, him talking about like his skin being itchy like he's got worms makes me think of that wood that was like riddled with worms, and I'm wondering if, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't mind, though the answer isn't very illuminating. It's not one particular thing, but a whole mess of nasty little things that add up to one big diagnosis of bad genes. Guess I pulled the losing card in the DNA lottery. And hey, it isn't all bad. Some of it is just weird. Like this. Reese pulls on the skin of his arm, stretching it. It stretches unnaturally. Hyperelasticity. Kinda cool, right? Well, that's a symptom of EDS. Whoa. Does that not hurt? Nope. It feels fine. Like I said, it gets itchy under the skin sometimes, but I don't know if there's the elasticity, the medicine, or some other part of my condition. Yeah. Basically... let's see. Where? Okay. Some other part of my condition. Your art. Each piece exudes a sickening miasma. Ooh. It's like you can feel something squirming behind the paint. The brushstrokes acting as steel bars, trapping some anguished being within. I feel the emotions you put into these. They're writhing just behind the paint, radiating pain and anguish. I know what you mean. I feel it too. When I'm working on them, it's like I'm channeling whatever is plaguing me into the paint. And when they're done, I feel like I've been emptied out and all the vile things inside of me have been sealed away in the canvas. That's why I make so many of them. Sometimes when I return to a piece, it's almost like I'm offering an invitation for these feelings to slither back under my skin. There are some pieces I can't even look at. I hide them until I forget they exist. I'd rather not let those particular feelings back in. Sounds kind of like therapy. That seems healthy, probably. Yeah, art therapy. Sounds like it does you good. Being empty must be better than being full of bad thoughts, right? I think so. It works for me, at least. Okay, so like... normally, I would think it's a metaphor, but, I kind of feel like it's not a metaphor here. Also, I just realized that my video is, like, totally blocking my, it's, like, totally blocking the text. I'm gonna try to figure out if I can move all those things to the other side. Sorry, you guys get to slowly watch everything slither across the screen. Apparently, we're also very slowly losing my video. But I can't, like, I have to do it with the keys because it's a bunch of things that are not actually grouped together. Just gonna slowly move them. Do do do. And then Sorry. Brief break to just move things out so that they stop hiding the text, which I hadn't realized that they were actually hiding. Okay. Your mom is scary. I feel like she used to be less scary, but maybe I was just oblivious as a teen. Speak for yourself. It's possible she's gotten a bit of an edge lately. I think my condition has been stressing her out a lot. It used to be something she thought she could fix, but I think she's kind of accepted that it's just something we have to manage. But even if she's a little harsh, she means well. She's just looking out for me. Is isolating you from your friends looking out for you? I don't think... Does she do that? She did turn us away yesterday. You came by yesterday? She didn't tell me. Was probably just asleep. She must have forgotten to mention it. I don't know if I would call that isolating. She didn't want to wake me up. I don't think that's her being controlling or anything. Not to cast any doubt on that, but she did say I couldn't bring you any food. She knows that's how I show my friends how much I appreciate them, and she knows I can work around all kinds of allergies and intolerances. Not gonna lie, it felt weird. I don't know, my body's pretty particular when it comes to food. She just prefers to have full control over what I eat, so... okay, maybe that does sound controlling. But it's for a good reason. If I eat the wrong thing, it could lead to a lot of misery for me, so she has to regulate my food. So you three go way back, huh? Almost to the womb. The school here is a tiny K-12. Not exactly a one-room schoolhouse, but not far from it. We're lucky we all got along so much as we did. Some kids weren't able to make any friends their own age. They just happened to be born around the same time as some real jerks, and were stuck with them through their whole school career. Poor kids. Not that we were free from dealing with jerks, like a certain Scarlet I could name. Okay, she was a little rough around the edges, but she was pretty friendly when you got past that. Maybe to you. The way she used to look at me, you'd think I rolled in something foul every morning before school. Same here, though to be fair, the feeling was mutual between us. She deserved it, though. Wanna come ghost hunting with us tonight? Oh wow, do you think you'd be down for that? We'd love to have you. Yeah, it'd be great to have you along. That would be so amazing, but I haven't had the best luck leaving the house lately. Even just walking to town is enough to put me in bed for a week. It sucks. But make sure you bring your camera, Stella. I want to see everything that happens. It's quite a movie collection you've got. Got any Rex? Let me think. Oh, have you heard of Shi no Chi Deathblood? I saw that for the first time recently and it blew me away. Excellent example of both Japanese horror and found footage done right. Maybe we could do a movie night later this week. Is your mom going to let us? I don't see why she wouldn't. It's just a movie. Oh my god, yes, we haven't had a movie night in years. Alright, I'm gonna remain silent. Reese's mom shouts from the kitchen. Dinner's on the table. Guess that's it for catching up. Make sure you all wash your hands with soap. I don't want anyone sharing their germs at the dinner table. Sure thing, Doc. No use saying anything here. It's probably best to just silently comply. You make your way towards the sink, but are stopped in your tracks by the pull of an odd door at the end of the hallway. It feels out of place, like you've accidentally wandered into a hospital waiting room. But more than that, you feel something radiating out from behind it. Something dark and cold. You felt it before, in the dusty tunnels you so narrowly escaped last night. An oppressive hum, like a muted scream heard through the layers of rock, trying to draw you towards it. You feel lightheaded. You are compelled to approach the door, drawn in as if hypnotized. Just like looking Happy Valentine's Day and an anatomical heart and a dragon. And then like pictures of maybe of Reese. Maybe it's Reese's dad. I don't know. Gee, game. What do you think I should be doing here? I mean, do we think the game thinks we should open the door? How about this one? Before you know it, the doorknob is turning in your hand, your heart full of both deep dread and a compulsive need to know what might be on the other side. What do you think you're doing? Well, a dark presence slides beyond this door. Can't you feel it calling out? That's called a draft, and there's nothing dark about it. It's just cold air. Now stop being weird and wash your hands already. Everyone's waiting on you. You won't let her interrupt you. You need to know what's behind the door. Oh, no you don't. Come on, wash your hands and sit down. She grabs you by the shoulder, yanking you away. You do as she says, cleaning up under her watchful eyes and allowing yourself to be ushered back to the table and away from the door. Okay, I want to know what's behind that door. How do we get there? Damn it. Dinner is already laid out. Dinner rolls, spaghetti, and a light salad. Kanika anxiously picks at her food. Stella is nervously talkative, and Reese is suddenly quiet and tense, his shoulders tight as his mother perches on the chair next to him. Dr. Kelly eyes all of you with a sharp, fierce gaze. She sits opposite you, the far head of the table, her features silhouetted against the light of the setting sun in the window behind her. She's the town doctor. This dinner might be a good opportunity to question her about recent events. Pills. She slides a few tablets towards Reese. He obediently swallows them. This is excellent, Dr. Kelly. Is the pasta sauce homemade? No, it's from a jar. I work too many hours to make my own pasta sauce. Well, you have excellent taste in brands, and if you ever want any tips on easy home-cooked pasta sauce, No, thanks, Stella. I have the internet if I need recipes. Thanks again for having us, Dr. Kelly. We really appreciate it. You didn't tell me they came by yesterday. You were asleep. I didn't want them to wake you up. But you could have told me. Why? They were coming over today anyway. I would just rather know these things. Noted. Have there been any strange illnesses spreading around town? What? No. Are you sure you haven't met with any minors who had unusual symptoms? Anyone who seemed sort of drippy or strangely ominous when they talked? Sorry to pry, just doing my due diligence. Absolutely not. I've barely seen so much as a runny nose, which is a good thing. I wonder what she's so busy with then. If you're so concerned about the mine, why don't you just have Anna ask Tabitha? I have no interest in violating HIPAA for your weird little investigation into nothing. You're a doctor. Where were you last night when Rosalina got hurt? I'm a doctor, not an EMT. But once she's back in town, I expect we'll be seeing a lot of each other. She won't be the first amputee I've treated, so at least I have some experience. The poor kid. It's going to be a tough adjustment. I just hope I can be helpful to her. Poor Rosalina. I think she'll be just fine. Oscar said she seemed in high spirits. Pain meds will do that. You can feel the tension at the table start to rise. Do you know Sam Wayne? Sam Wayne? Dr. Kelly takes a moment to think. No, doesn't ring a bell. Someone you know? Someone who's been following Anna around. Super mysterious guy. We have reason to believe he might have caught some kind of weird illness at the mines. He definitely looks like he could use medical help, so please let us know if he shows up or anything. If there's someone harassing you, you should get the police involved. This isn't any of my business. Have the police contacted you about Duke's body yet? Last I heard, they still haven't found it. Body? I was under the impression he was just missing. No, Duke, he definitely died. I saw the footage. And I saw it for myself in person, so did Anna. He's not missing. How the hell did that happen? Stella said it was those things in the woods. The ditchlings. They made him misfire. Ditchlings? Oh, I see. This was one of your videos, huh? Reese, you should know better than to lend any credence to Stella's little cryptozoology series. I don't doubt that something happened to him, but I'm sure there were no little ghouls involved. I've seen them, Mom, outside my windows at night. They're real. You don't have to talk to me like I'm a kid. I might be sick, but I'm still capable of reason, okay? Are you sure they aren't just raccoons, or... Stop. Stop doubting everything I say. Stop trying to rewrite things I tell you to fit what you think should be true. There's weird shit going down in Scarlet Hollow. The more you talk, the less you feel like you're having a conversation, and the more you feel like you're treading on eggshells. Has anyone come in suffering from hallucinations? I'm not at liberty to discuss private medical information. Are you sure? Not even a little bit? It could help our investigation into the strange goings-on, and it's not like you have to name names. Investigation? Into what? The mine collapse? Your little ghouls? Right? I think this is best left to professionals, Stella, not someone who runs around in the woods with a camcorder. Judging by the police response so far, Dr. Kelly, I don't think it is. We saw some stuff down in the mines last night that I struggle to explain. Maybe if we knew if there were any miners suffering from hallucinations, we could just rule it out as a gas leak, but... You were in an abandoned mine. The chances that you were huffing something dangerous and hallucinatory are through the roof. Leave it at that and treat it as the tragic accident it was, not like some kind of mystery to unravel. Yeah, let's ask about Munchausen. Have you ever heard of factitious disorder? Of course I have. I went to medical school. Stella. What's factitious disorder? Silence falls over the dinner table. Kanika. It's when someone pretends to be sick or makes themselves sick on purpose, or does it to someone else. Stella. Oh. Great dinner rolls, Dr. Kelly. I didn't make them. I just put them in the oven. The silence returns. Seconds feel drawn out, like minutes. The tension at the dinner table reaches a breaking point. All right, that's enough. Dr. Kelly is interrupted by Reese before she can finish her thought. So, we were talking about maybe watching a movie sometime this week while Anna is still in town. We'll have to see how you're feeling. I can handle a movie, Doc. Yeah, we'll just sit downstairs in the dark. Reese is used to that. I'm sure he'll be okay. You're always overestimating how much you're able to do, Reese. That's why you keep getting sick. If I get sick, so what? It's not like that's ever going to change. I'm sick every day, and I'm not getting better. I don't want to spend the last few miserable years of my life holed up in the basement alone just because seeing my friends has been deemed too strenuous. I'm an adult, for God's sake. I can't believe I have to ask for permission from my mom just to have friends over. Reese stops mid-sentence, wincing in pain and wrapping himself in his arms. Don't say things like that. I'm doing everything I can to try and fix... Silence as Dr. Kelly's eyes shoot open. Reese? Reese abruptly pulls himself from the table and leaves. Damn it. I knew it. I knew this would be too much. Everyone, get out of my house. Please, just leave us alone. Stop trying to interfere with his life. All it does is hurt him more. But we can't just leave him like this. Now is when he needs friends the most. No, now is when he needs me the most. I'm his doctor and his mother. You are not making your case any better, lady. Also, look at this painting behind her. It's like some weird skeletal dude reaching out these people who are trying to go towards the light. Right? I have zero faith that she is not the literal worst. I know you care about him. I know that, and he knows it too. But all any of you would do is get in the way. So just leave, please. Oh. He seemed fine before dinner. It always comes in waves, and I can assure you right now he's very much not fine. Now, leave. Yeah. I don't know if it was the food or the pills. The three of you are rushed to the door. We'll be back, Reese. I hope you feel better soon. Dr. Kelly shuts the door in your face. The click of a lock signals the end of your dinner at Reese's. Do you really think Reese's mom is poisoning him? If she is, I swear to God. She wouldn't. That's just so horrible. Who could do something like that to their own kid, and for so long? No, there's no way. Y'all are barking up the wrong tree. Yeah, it seems far-fetched, and it's definitely rare, but I don't think we can rule it out. The door to the clinic felt like it had the same draw as the carving in the mines. Do you think something's back there? Another one of those carvings is somewhere in there. I'm certain of it. Okay, that'd be really weird. If we find it, do you think you'd get another vision? I'm just spitballing here, but I wonder if what that carving showed you last night is related to the ditchlings. You're not suggesting we go poking around in there, are you? Of course I am. Maybe tomorrow. Okay, well, I guess we know what Chapter 4 is gonna be. I am not breaking into Dr. Kelly's clinic based on a bad vibe Anna got. Do you think Reese might have a supernatural affliction? Related to what you felt in there? If he did, why wouldn't Dr. Kelly have it? Makes more sense if he just has a genetic condition, assuming there isn't any foul play. She's just overprotective. I'm sure that's all that's going on. And she has every right to be. I mean, the poor guy took 2 bites of food and got sick immediately. Can't imagine what that's like for both of them to go through. Look, I'm just saying, maybe there's more to their dynamic than just him being sick, but it's not like there's much we can do about it right now. We could probably go back and forth on this for a while. Let's grab Gretchen and get going. The sun is setting, and we wouldn't want to miss a second of ghost action. Stella hurries off down the hill, almost as if to run away from what just happened. You and Kanika follow her down the slowly darkening street. Lit by the orange hues of the setting sun, the library feels different. What was once a quaint building in a small town now stands as an imposing structure, its walls holding something that stares back at you with menace. I'm gonna save. Also, I want to see what's in the book. So these were my decisions for Tuesday. I never know how to change the page and make things appear. It took a while. Oh, it clicked through the thing. Okay. I'm gonna load where I saved because I think I missed something. Okay. Stares back at me with a menace. Maybe Stella is right. Maybe ghosts aren't real. And the rest of tonight is going to be a pleasant break from the events of the past few days. But you know that's not the case. There's something old and powerful in there, and you can feel it stir as the sun sets and daylight fades away. Your thoughts jump to the books you've read over the years. So often, the ghosts in stories are a metaphor for something else. Are real ghosts metaphors too? Just as its exterior was intimidating in the setting sun, the inside of the library is dark, its shadows deep and foreboding. The meet and greet with the mayor ended quite some time ago, and the throng of visitors took whatever joy was in this place with them as they left. Hey, Oscar, are you back yet? Shh, you can't yell in the library. It's against the rules. It's after hours. Rules only apply before 5 p.m. Now it's our domain. Hey, you're just in time. Rosalina's situated in the back room. Alexis is going to keep her company while we hopefully get this all sorted out. I'd love for her to be able to sleep in her own bed tonight. How's she doing? She's not quite as chipper as she was when she was on stronger meds, but she's still doing surprisingly well. Alexis has been by her side non-stop. She's been a really good friend. Rosalina and I both lucky to have her right now. I'm glad she's back home at least, and we'll be able to get her back into her real home in no time. I've come fully loaded. Got my EMF reader, temperature gauge, spirit box, infrared camera, UV light, video cameras, salt, flashlights for everybody in case the ghost messes with the electricity, parabolic microphone, Sharpies, and paper for automatic writing, matches and candles for rituals. Oh, and a Ouija board. I know they're toys, but you never know what might come in handy. Wow, there's a lot of ghost hunting stuff for something that was so last minute. Do you just have this stuff ready to go in a bug-out bag or something? Of course I do. I actually stashed a couple of bags here overnight after I got back from the mines. Excuse me? I wasn't about to carry everything around all day. This way, we can go in light and pop out to grab more stuff once things start getting spooky. Stella. So special. I may never have found any compelling evidence of ghosts, but that's not for lack of trying. And after last night, I'm more than ready to try again. Yeah, I like Stella too, although I like Kanika more as like a romanceable option. Hey, hope I'm not too late. Have I missed any creepy paranormal stuff? Avery, glad you could make it. The more pairs of hands we have, the more equipment we can carry. Sure thing, always happy to offer a hand or two. Glad there'll be someone else with a level head in there tonight. Whoa, is that an EMF reader? I've never seen one in person. Look at all the stuff. Spirit box, parabolic microphone. You'll have really covered all your bases. Maybe I spoke too soon. You know me, Kanika, I'm as level-headed as they come. I'm just not ready to rule out weird paranormal stuff. When people tell me they saw a ghost, who am I to say they didn't? I mean, y'all apparently saw some really unexplainable stuff on Monday, and that mine only collapsed again after 100 years while you were there. I'm just saying, anything seems possible right now. I mean, as much as I want to say that this whole town is one big supernatural death trap, I gotta go with the mystical. There's something back there. I can feel it. Really? This is so exciting. I can't wait to finally see a ghost. Yeah, exciting's a word. As someone here for the thrill of being terrified, it's the word I'm here for. We'll see how you two feel about that once we get started. Yo, don't rush off ghost hunting without Zane. No way was I gonna forget your promise, Stella. Zane, glad you could make it. I was confronted by my own mortality for the first time yesterday, so I am desperate for answers about the afterlife to ease my troubled mind. Now let's go mess with some ghosts. Okay, Zane. I hope my house is big enough for 6 ghost hunters at once. If this is everyone, we can go ahead and... That's everyone. Wait, what about Tabby? What about her? She's not here. Let's get started. I guess she can catch up to us once she gets here. Well, if y'all are itching to get started, it's through the back. Follow me. Where's Tabitha? You and your companions grab some equipment from one of Stella's carefully stashed bug-out bags before heading towards the junction connecting Oscar House and the library. Looks like the sun is almost set. This is when stuff usually starts to kick off. I haven't been back inside for about a week, so I have no idea what to expect. Rosalina. Hey! You're not doing this without me. If there's a ghost, I want to see it with my own eyes. Just gonna put that there. Sorry, Mr. Gutierrez. I tried to stop her, but she was really convincing. Oh, hi, Zane. What's up? Yo. Rosalina? Let her come with us. It's her house, too. Yeah, I've done enough resting, and it's not like hobbling around in the library is any more different than hobbling around our house. I miss being there. I miss feeling home. You shouldn't be hobbling around at all. Just take it easy until you're more healed. I've got to learn to walk around eventually. Might as well start while I'm still on pain meds. And our house is 1 story. It's not like I'm climbing Everest. Oscar sighs. Doctors did say I should encourage you to practice walking. Okay, you can come along, but if you get tired of it, or it starts to hurt, just let me know right away. Thanks, Dad. Now let's get our house back. Y'all cross over the threshold and enter Oscar's living room. Family photos line the walls, and stacks of books sit comfortably on wooden furniture. Also, it's the sleeping medieval unicorn picture here. And he's got stretchy cat bookends. And Jesus. Just like exploring everybody's room for like clues. Some dude like on a hill. And there's that feeling again, like the mines, like the door to the clinic, a dusty, suffocating, dizzying feeling. Something is in this house, though whether it's a ghost or something worse, you aren't sure. You can imagine long winter nights reading by the fireplace without a care in the world. Wow, those are very sentimentally different things. Okay, looks pretty normal for now. I don't remember that picture being on the floor, but that could be non-supernatural. None of my equipment is picking up anything around the picture. But I'll set up a camera in case it falls again. Could be important evidence. You might want to save your camera for Rosalina's room. That's where I've seen the ghost manifest. It's just down the hall. Oscar and Kanika startle as the door swings open. Achievement unlocked! The gang's all here! Woo! Seems I made it just in time. Let's get the show on the road. I don't have all night. Tabby! Great. She's here. Wow, Anna, you really brought the whole gang together today. I have every right to be here, Kanika. My family built this place, you know. Yeah, I know. We all know. Anna, what made you think inviting her was a good idea? What? I like her. We're friends. Really? No, I'm just here chaperoning. Wow, Anna, do you have any idea how hard it is to get these two in the same room? This is amazing. Yeah, amazing. That's a word for it. Sounds like we're in for an interesting night. I'm glad I didn't stay in the same town with the people I went to high school with. No wonder small towns have so much drama. I wonder if the ghost will even show with this many people around. Wait, is it just me or does it suddenly feel colder? It sure does. I definitely feel that. Same. I've got chills. The temperature gun says it's actually a couple of degrees colder, but that's normal. Rooms and hallways are sometimes colder than the other parts of the house. Whoa, a genuine cold spot. I gotta snap a pic for posterity. Oh my god. Is that it? This isn't very scary. Wait, Rosalina, if the ghost mostly manifests in your room, shouldn't you have seen it? I've only seen the stain. Dad made me switch rooms with him way before we moved out. Wasn't about to let my daughter sleep in a haunted bedroom. I spent most of my nights on the couch before we set up shop in the library. Even if there is something back there, I'm not scared of it. I'm mad at it. Y'all are so brave. I'd be terrified sleeping somewhere that might have a ghost. We're wasting our time here. Oscar said the ghost is in Rosalina's room. Yeah, but we don't have to rush there. I'm sure we can deal with it from out here, right? Wait, are you actually scared or something? You're an adult with a child. Grow up. Shut up, Tabitha. No one wants your opinion. Stella, I've been meaning to ask. Do you actually know how to get rid of ghosts? How exactly are we going to get rid of it if we find one? Well, my ghost hunting kit has symbols from every major religion, assorted holy books, a bunch of salt, and some jars for ectoplasm. And if worse comes to worse, we can always use the Ouija board to politely ask it to leave. Aren't Ouija boards super cursed? Are you sure that wouldn't make it mad or invite a demon into the house or something? Ouija boards are toys. The only power they have is scaring kids at slumber parties. That sounds like fun to me. We might as well try it, right? What's the worst that could happen? We make the ghost mad and it gives us more evidence? Sounds like a win-win. I think I'd rather not take the chance. One ghost is enough to deal with. I don't much like the thought of opening a door to something worse. Wow, you've never been this superstitious, Dad. This ghost really has you freaked out. Okay. Oscar takes a deep breath before continuing. Let's head to Rosalina's room. Follow me. Whoa. This is where I've seen it. It appears on top of the stain. Yeah, that's gotta be tough to scrub out. Doesn't the county own this house? Do they know about the damaged carpet? Have you seen your house? I don't see how that's relevant. Weird. I'm not getting anything. It's not even cold. It's the same temperature as the living room. Nothing in the EMF either. Then your equipment is wrong. The stain is definitely paranormal. I've scrubbed it out too many times to count, and it just keeps coming back. It's just a stain, Dad. Can't we just cover it back up? I don't mind sleeping in here. Maybe we have to scrub it out first. Couldn't be that the paranormal stuff will activate if we ever give it a reason to. Oh, good idea. I've never heard of a bleach-activated ghost before. You don't use bleach to clean carpet, Tabitha. Whatever, how was I supposed to know that? Not everybody gets to learn how to clean things. If y'all are offering free carpet cleaning, be my guest. It's trying to send a message. Huh, you might be onto something, Anna. I wonder if the blood spells something out on the floor underneath. Have you tried tearing up the carpet? In a house owned by the government? Nope, I'm not messing with their carpets. I'd rather scrub ghost blood out of the carpet every day than have the government take me to court for destroying their property. Don't worry, I'm sure they'll just take you to court for neglect instead. Did it not occur to you that there could be a leaky pipe under the floor? I hate to agree with Tabitha on anything, but some kind of structural damage does seem likely. Tearing up the carpet doesn't seem like such a bad idea. Only one way to be sure. Stella excitedly starts tugging at the corner of the carpet. Oh dear. You're doing the government a favor, really. We'll cover for you. You don't have to sweat it. Stella pulls back the carpet, revealing a hatch. The floor around it stained in reddish-brown. What if there isn't a ghost after all? What if somebody lives down there? Okay, maybe I don't want to sleep in here. A hatch! A hidden hatch! This is even better than finding a message. But there's no basement in this house. At least we weren't told about a basement. I love that Rosalina has a poster that just says Many Boys. Is that the name of the band? The Many Boys? Oh. Also, she has a little bat. And look, all the red stuff is coming from underneath. Oh yeah, this is super haunted, all right. You've got a basement chock full of ghosts. I can just feel it. Still no readings, though. None of the equipment has made a sound. Of course not. You all know last month was super rainy. It's clearly been a long time since anyone stepped foot in the basement or crawl space or whatever is under that hatch. There must be a leak that flooded the whole area under the house. The water dissolved the caulk around the edges and leaked through to the carpet, and it's red because North Carolina has red-ass dirt. It's as simple as that. It's not mud. It's blood. Human blood. I tested it. Oh, Tabitha and Kanika in unison. Well, you tested it wrong. ... It can't be blood, right? Kanika's right. You've got a muddy floor. And that's why it's so cold in here, too. There's wet dirt under the house. Congratulations. We solved your ghost problem. No way. There's an old hatch in the floor that someone tried to seal up. We're not leaving until we know what's down there. I'm with Stella. This is my room, and I need to know what's down there. Have you considered that they might have tried sealing it up because it's unsafe? Uh-oh. Do you think the flooding could have made the house unstable? I'm all in on ghost haunting, but I don't know if I could crawl into another dangerous crevice. I'm going for it. Yeah, of course, Stella. You already told us you really like crevices. Y'all just saw that, right? You come into Oscar's living room. You can't tell what time it is, and your friends are nowhere in sight. Yeah, y'all saw that, right? Also, I have like another 15 minutes, so I don't know how far we'll get, and if we have to end in like a cliffhangery place, I guess we'll end in a cliffhangery place, but like, eep. At least physically, this is Oscar's living room. Spiritually and mentally, you've been ripped away to some other place. The building feels colder, and there's something about the air that feels wrong. It's stale, with an undercurrent of mold and earth. Makes you feel claustrophobic, as though you're in a coffin, each breath depleting what little oxygen is left. It's just, I know it's recently there, but we're just gonna do it again. How did we end up back here? Where is everyone? Did we pass out again? Was there a gas leak in the basement or something? Is fainting some kind of a weird family thing? Is there a genetic condition I need to be worried about? Not that I'm aware of. Nothing like this has happened before you got to town. Who knows what sort of nastiness was festering in that basement? Your cousin marches to the front door and opens it. What? Why does it look like Oscar's house is in front of us? Didn't we just leave? I must just be misremembering things. Let's go. No, you're right. There shouldn't be a door there. Clearly, whatever was in that basement is messing with our heads. We just left Oscar's house. The library has to be on the other side of that door. The two of you cross the hallway and open the door. Well, or we could be in a hell garden. What the actual fuck, and why is there like somebody wearing a severed unicorn's head? Look at this. Okay. Thistles, a goat's head, a ditchling right there, a unicorn's head on a person's body, some sort of weird statues, a little bird, vines with thorns, and whatever the hell this is. Oh, and also this bird, so finches. I think that's what... This is certainly a finch. I don't know what this is. Probably also a finch. I think only the one ditchling, though, over here. Yeah. This is kind of creep-tastic. Something isn't right. It feels like a late summer afternoon. The air is warm and wet, and the scent of flowers drifts in the breeze. This... Do you see that creature behind the thorns? That's one of the bad omens Stella and I found in the woods. Ew. Tabitha, please tell me I'm not the only one seeing that scratchy shadow in the distance. You're not. What the hell is that thing? Am I having a stroke? Are you having a stroke? Are we both having the same stroke at the same time? Damn it, Tabitha. What was in that cream soda? Excuse me? It was just a normal cream soda, and you had it hours ago. There's nothing to do with me. There's got to be an exit somewhere. We just have to look. Wait, do you hear music? Ah! Okay. That was a thing. That was a thing that happened. Movement stirs as a figure cloaked in shadow rises to attention. Stella? Who are you? What are you doing on my property? Okay, why is her name the Lover? I mean, she was Tabitha's lover, I guess. Huh? Yeah, I think it is Tarot Arcana, and I don't know what I don't understand, but mystical me tells me to say this, so I guess I will. Edie, it's Charlie, the presence. Tabitha, what? Did you say Eddie? No one's called me that in a long time. It's Edwardine now. I'm not a child anymore. Edwardine? Eddie? You've got to be kidding me. This isn't Stella. This is the lover. What are you talking about? The part of me that lets me know who other people are says that this is the lover. It used to say that this was Stella. What, pray tell, does that little part of your brain tell you I am? I really want to say condescending asshole. It says Tabitha. Good to know you're not completely broken. I wish I could say the same. You should have stayed gone. And you absolutely shouldn't have shown up here, of all places. If you're caught, I don't think you understand what Father might do. Come with me, Eddie. Haven't you always wanted to see the coast? Now's your chance. We can just leave. Yeah, you two rehearsed this. I can't. It's not that easy for me. My brothers were sent to the Western Front, and now I'm the only Scarlet left besides Father. I have responsibilities, Charlie. Shut up. Shut up! Screw your family. Screw my family. Why are we letting the choices made by our fathers destroy our lives too? Tabitha stares at you, speechless. You should just get out of town while you still can. Whatever you came back for, it's not worth it. You're right. What I came back for isn't worth it. But you are. I won't leave the holler without you. If you change your mind, I'll be around. She's gone, along with the shadow in the corner of the room. Come on, we must have taken the wrong door out of the annex. We're getting out of here before anything else happens. We have to go after Stella. Absolutely not. We're not being drawn deeper into this weird garden, greenhouse, whatever it is. She yanks your arm, pulling you back the way you came. Where did the annex go? Let's try the door. But there can't be anything behind it. It's just standing there. Also, 1, the ditchling looks like it's in pain. Yeah, I did just mystical my way out of that. So like, the ditchling looks like it's in pain over here. And the goat's head has like something glowing over here. I'm just trying to see if there are any other weird-ass clues in the scenery. But I don't think so. Okay. It's just standing there. You ignore her, walking forward and reaching for the doorknob. I really wish I had mystical and keen eye. I think that might be what I'm going to try next. The bell rings as a cacophony rages outside. The door in front of you pulsates as figures unseen bang against it. The shaded figure from the garden sits in the corner, ever so slightly more defined. Yeah, now it has an eye and teeth. Oh, there's the ditchling. The angel is broken. Bloody mining pick. A puppet pulling its own strings. Oh, these are not crosses. These are not crosses like like Jesus crosses. These are crosses like controlling marionettes crosses. Look at this. There's another marionette. And then there's a bunch of ditchlings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are there any others? Well, this might be 5. I can't actually tell. This is very, very, very creepy looking. Are you kidding me? This is messed up. We need help. God, please let this call go through. Who the fuck is she calling? Tabitha anxiously taps her foot as she waits for her phone to connect. Hey, it's... What? No, it's Tabitha. Didn't you see the caller ID? Stop interrupting me. Can't you hear what I'm... Your cousin is cut off by the dial tone of a disconnected call. Great. She couldn't hear a word I said. Looks like we're on our own. Ah! Oh my god. This is... Yup. At least I was vaguely expecting there to be a random controlled possessed person in the room now after the previous one. The mother. Junior, pack your things. Quickly, hurry. Jesus, Rosalina, you scared the shit out of me. Go. Maybe we should run him out on a rail too, told the mob. Make an example of the whole family. Okay, so the person I am is Junior, the son of the guy who was run out on a rail, Charles Shaw. So, okay. And Eddie. Who's Eddie? Why is that name familiar? Edwardina. Oh, her brothers were sent to the Western Front, so she's a Scarlet. So she is, I think, Silas's daughter, maybe? Maybe? Okay. Charlie and now Junior. Play along with this mystical. Mama, what's going on? Am I going to have to deal with you doing this all night? The mother. Please, he's only a child. We'll leave peacefully. Just give us a little time. They were only children too. My boy was in there. Why should I give Junior here all the time in the world to gather his little toys and fancy clothes? My boy didn't have that kind of luxury. Oh. Mama, what's the man talking about? Why hasn't Daddy come home yet? Who are you supposed to be this time? Don't listen to him, Charlie. Just keep packing. Looks like the others are on their way. Better hurry, boy, or you and your little dolls here might get burned up. And as for you, lady, what makes you think we're going to be keeping any of those valuables you're packing in that fine suitcase of yours? Say this mystical. This is despicable. Charles Shaw wasn't even responsible for the collapse in the first place. Excuse me? Even if that were true, stuff that happened a century ago is irrelevant. You and I had nothing to do with it. Turn your focus back to the scene in front of you. Trust me, boy. The coppers ain't coming here tonight. And what makes you think you can talk to an adult like that? Maybe they should have had you working in the mines too instead of lazing around in this big house. Maybe you would have learned a thing or two about respecting your elders. Don't talk to my son like that. Don't talk to me like that, woman. I call the shots. Now get out unless you want to go up in flames with all your precious jewels and expensive dresses. You're lucky I'm even letting you leave. But I don't want to go. I haven't packed all my puppets. I haven't said goodbye to Eddie. I don't want to leave. Can't you clue me in at all? Please just break character for a second and tell me what the hell all this is. It's okay, Charlie. You can make new ones, even better than these. It's good for him. Shouldn't be playing with dolls anyway. Now you're gonna have to earn your keep just like the rest of us, boy. No more big inheritance for you. The mother and the mob are whisked away, leaving you and Tabitha in an empty room. As they depart, the front door stops pounding and opens into a beckoning white void. We're in hell. We both died, and we're in hell. Are we supposed to be Charlie? Is Charlie the ghost? Your guess is as good as mine. Who did you call on the phone earlier? Friend of the family. Not that it matters, though. The call didn't go through, so we're on our own. Okay, let's put our heads together. What do we know? We know that we can't leave, and we know that we are not possessed, at least as far as we can tell. And whatever we saw in this room, it at least happened right after the Shaw mine collapse of 1918. I think the only option on the table for us right now is to keep doing what it wants us to do. Maybe it'll stop at some point, or maybe we'll figure out a way to escape. There's so many ditchlings here. Yeah, there are. Those things are horrible. No wonder you were such a mess when you came back on Monday. You're right. There's only one way to get to the end of this. Shall we? Yeah. Let's get this over with. You and Tabitha walk up to where the pounding door used to stand and step into the void. I'm going to save. It's 9:50. I need to stop. This is terrible. Because I don't want to stop. I think I'm going to stream this tomorrow to finish. Because, like, I don't know how I feel about not, like, waiting more. So, we're going to stream this tomorrow. I hope folks can, tune in. Pengu, I hope you can tune in. I'm gonna do a shout out. Yeah, like, this is a lot. Yay, content warnings. Oh no. Oh yeah, you can't do Thursdays. Darn. Well, probably, well, so certainly there will be a VOD. But also, like, yeah, that's true. How late does anime run? I don't know how late you go. Cause like, till 10 or 11. I might see about streaming some Sims nonsense, like early in the evening, and stream this on the later side, like more towards 10. But we'll see. I want you to see it, but I also don't want to like wait forever and ever. So if you think you might be done by like 10ish, I can schedule to switch over to spooky stuff in the evening. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go and have a entirely non-spooky date with my boyfriend, who is visiting on the 7th. I'm so excited. He lives far away. All right. Good night. Good night. Good night. See folks later.